Hey guys, good morning and thanks for joining the meeting. First of all, apologies guys, some power issues here. So that's why, we can continue. Yesterday we discussed about governance and also we discussed about what is meant by risk. And after that, we calculated the risk. Now what we can do, we can define about risk management process. So next heading is RMF or risk management process. So for this one, there are different types of frameworks is followed by different types of process. Very popular one is NIST. So NIST is defined by risk management process and also ISACA. ISAC is defined by our risk management process and also ISC square is defined by our risk management process and also ISO 27001. So these are all the different types of frameworks followed by our organizations. I'm repeating once again. So risk management process is defined by different frameworks or different institutions or different organizations. Those frameworks or institutions or organizations are, first one is NIST, the second one is ISACA, third one is ISC square, and last one is ISO 27001. So these are all the frameworks or institutions or organization is defined by risk management framework, but very popular one is NIST. So we'll discuss about NIST framework. So NIST is not only defined by risk management process or risk management framework, it is defined by even change management process, and also it is defined by our instant life cycle management process and so on. But whenever we are referring the risk management process, we'll follow always, okay, NIST framework. So those process we can follow. And first in this one, identify the risk. That is the first step in the risk management process of NIST. Before going to the process, first of all, what is NIST? NIST full form is National Institute of Standard Technology. So this particular framework is defined couple of processes. Those processes are so first one is risk management process or framework. Second one is incident lifecycle management. Already we discussed about incident lifecycle management process comparing with ITIL. And also we have change management. And also we have problem statement, solution statement, and so on. Out of all these, whenever we are referring NIST, always very important process is risk management process or framework. So NIST risk management process. First one is identify the risk. After identifying the risk, what we have to do? We have to analyze the risk. After analyzing the risk, we have to prioritize the risk based on the severity. Next one, we have to provide a treatment plan. Whatever risks we identified, we have to provide treatment plan. And finally, we have to monitor the risk. So these are the 5 steps approach is dependent by our NIST framework. Okay. So first, what is identify the risk and what is analyze the risk and prioritize the risk and treatment plan and monitor the risk we can discuss. First phase is identify the risk. So as I said, the risk assessment or risk management we will not only do for the assets, We can do under the endpoint level, we can do under the organization level, we can do under network level, application level, database level, cloud level, endpoint level, and so on. So based on our organization critical application servers databases, so we can identify the risk. Okay. Organization level, identify the risk for endpoints, assets, applications, databases, cloud, and so on. So that is the first thing in the risk management process we have to do. After identifying the risk, we have to do the analyzing the risk. For analysis of the risk, we will follow different types of approaches. Anyone? Can you guess it? Already we discussed in the class also. Risk analysis. How many types we have? Risk analysis.
Hypothesis, assumption.
No. That is on the threat hunting side.
Oh.
Threat hunting side, hypothesis, and also data analytics side, we have to do that assumptions wise. That is different one. That is threat hunting side. Yeah, anyway, I will explain. Analyze the risk we can do in 3 pages. First one is quantity-based risk assessment. Second one is quality-based risk assessment. Third one is hybrid risk assessment. So first one is quantity risk assessment or analysis. In the quantity risk assessment side, whatever issue identified, whatever risk identified, we can think about either dollar value or maybe we can think about our Indian rupee value. Example, one of the server is facing to the internet. In 1 year time period, how many times attacker will do compromise? That may be related to malware category of the attack or may be related to brute force attack and so on. In case that server is getting compromised, how much money loss? That whatever money loss we are representing, that is called as our quantity or quantity-based risk assessment. So quantity means it's a number, right? So how much money value in the form of dollar or in the form of Indian rupees we can analyze, that is called quantity risk assessment. So that is on the asset side or server side. In the similar way, example, we did not implement DLP on the endpoint security side. In case if we don't implement DLP, if something getting compromised to endpoints, so how much money value or dollar value we are going to lose? So how many times the DLP attacks will occur, that is likelihood and impact. Because of that particular DLP, how much money we are going to lose it. So if I'm multiplying these two, so once again, some factor of money will come, that is called quantity once again. In the similar way, database side, in the similar application side and cloud side, so we have to calculate overall money value. So according to that money value, it is $1 million. We have to suspect as a risk score is informational and it's a low business impact. In between $1 million to $10 million. So we have to suspect that one as a otherwise $5 million. Okay. So first I will give the definition, later we can go and discuss. It is based on money value of USD dollars or Indian rupees. So if it is informational severity, that particular risk score is obviously 1 to, we have seen, right? Likelihood and impact. Example 1, 2, 3, and also 1, 2, 3. So that is informational risk score. Yesterday, whatever we discussed. So in this particular informational, you can consider 0 to $1 million. In between 0 to $1 million, money we are losing based on the risk. Okay, so that is called informational. Next one is a low. In between $1 million to $5 million. So that is about low. Next one is a medium. So 5 millions to 10 millions. If you are losing, then it is a medium. Next one is high. 10 millions to 50 millions USD. And last one is critical. 50 millions to 100, more than 50 millions. So according to this way, we can define our overall analyzing the risk in the quantity based. So in 1 year time period, on the network level, endpoint level, application level, cloud level, attacker is trying to do the compromise, and if you are multiplying to that particular thing is impact in the money value, then quantity based risk assessment, it will appear. So according to the respect to money value, we can consider whether it is a low or informational or medium or a high or critical. So that is called quantity risk assessment or quantity based risk assessment or analysis. What is second one I said? What is second one? What is second one?
Quality based.
Exactly, quality based. So second one is, first one is quantity. Any guesses what is quality based risk assessment and who will do this one? Already we discussed this one also in the class. That's why I'm asking. Quantity based risk assessment, already it's based on the likelihood into impact. Second one is quality based risk assessment or analysis.
Based on the CIA triad, means about the how services are being
Yeah, everything is even quantity also based on the CIA triad only.
okay.
Both, but I'm asking about quality based.
Goodwill of the company
No.
will reduce the
This
goodwill of the company.
quality based is based on the people opinion. So
Okay.
we have to take the experts people opinion. For this one, as I said, we will follow different types of process or approaches. What the first approach? That is also we discussed.
Strong.
Yeah, brainstorm sessions, that's right. So quality based approach is based on the expert's opinion or people opinion. Example, in our information security team, approximately 10 members are existing. We will ask each and every team member opinion. So based on your opinion, how much money we are going to lose it. Okay. Take example of one of the server. That server in 1 year annual time period, how many times you will guess like it will get compromised? Because of that reason, how much money you are going to lose it. So we'll take one person or one team member opinion. In this similar, a second team member opinion, third team member opinion, fourth team member opinion, and so on. Finally, based on all these team members' opinion, we can make one summary of the report. So that is called quality-based approach. For this one, already in the class, we discussed about 4 scenarios, correct? So one of the server got compromised by malware. Second, one of the CEO received phishing email. One of the Endo system is got compromised ransomware and brute force attack. Then I took different people opinion and we summarized overall summary. Same way here also. So based on the our endpoint and network and cloud and server and database application side, all these team members' opinion we have to take and we have to make a summary. So that summary we can call it quality-based assessment or quality-based analysis. For this one, we'll follow different types of process or approach. First one is brainstorming session. Second one is 5S analysis. Third one is 9M analysis. Next one is fishbone analysis. All these are part of our ITIL and also Six Sigma, Kaizen, Zuran, PMP, project management process. Okay. So first one is brainstorming. Brainstorming already we discussed in the class. Okay. So taking the people opinion and making a summary of the report, that is called brainstorming session. And the 5S analysis. So a couple of times in the brainstorming sessions, some of the result people are introvert people, they will not speak. In that scenario, what I will do, I will make 5 questions. So as per your opinion, one server in 1 year time period, how many times will get it compromised? So do you have any idea? Yes or no? In case that server is getting compromised, how much money loss? So do you have any idea? So yes or no? In such a way, 5 questions I will make it. That is called 5S analysis. After making all these questions as information security manager, I will ask all these questions to respective team members. Then I will call one by one like an interview panel and I will ask their opinion. Then after making all these different people yes or no analysis, then I can make summary of the report. That is called 5S analysis. 5 questions. For 5 questions, I will ask all those questions to different team members and I can make a summary of the report. That is called 5S analysis. Any doubt?
No, sir.
5S. Yeah, perfect. So this 5S analysis normally who will do? Information security manager. He will prepare 5 questions and he will ask those 5 questions to all the team members. Then finally he will make a summary of the report. That is called 5S analysis. Next one is 9M analysis. There are 9 M parameters. Example, measurement, a matrix, and also in such a we have 9 parameters. All those 9 parameters we have to ask the same once again to the respective team members and we have to create a summary of the report. That is 9M analysis. All are, it will start with the M word, keyword. Or yeah, M word. Example, measurement, matrix, and also I forgot all those 9 M's. So all those 9 M's we have to ask respective team members and we have to make an analysis. Next one is fishbone analysis. Why we are saying this fishbone analysis? This looks like a fish particular diagram. That diagram we have to create. Example, I will show you. So this is the diagram for the fishbone analysis. Okay, so and we have to ask same thing. What is the problem for the risk analysis wise and what are the solutions? So same thing once again, we can ask different people opinion related to fishbone and we have to make one summary of the analysis. So for that particular risk of the problem, what are the solutions we have to implement? And what is the financial loss? After asking all these things, we have to make one diagram. That diagram represents fishbone analysis. Okay. So those are all the 4 different types of process we'll follow to do the risk analysis. So one is brainstorming analysis, 5S analysis, 9M analysis, and fishbone analysis. After making overall summary by taking the samples, then we have to make a summary of the report. Or that this is basically different people opinion or experience. Okay. Because each and every person opinion maybe is different and their impact analysis is different and their likelihood analysis is different. After making that likelihood and impact and overall we have to do the multiplication and according to that one we have to identify how much risk is involved, whether it is informational or low or medium or high or critical. So that is called qualitative based risk assessment.
Sir, all these 4 types of analysis will be done by information security manager or we have different wings?
Yeah, information security manager only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, information security manager only. But business impact analysis, if you want to do, we have to ask even criticality of the application. We are not sure, right? Even criticality of the asset. We have to ask stakeholders also. Example, one of the asset criticality, we are not sure about how much criticality. So in that scenario, we have to include our stakeholder as well, whether it is facing to the internet or not, who is accessing the respective asset or server, how many people are accessing the server, are you taking regular backups or not, in case server is getting compromised, is there any backups or is existing or not. Yes, for to do the business impact analysis and the risk assessment, stakeholders also mandatory. Along with our information security team, stakeholders also mandatory. Yes. Is it clear? Combination of stakeholder along with our information security team. Yes. Next one is hybrid risk assessment. Hybrid risk assessment. So this hybrid risk assessment, any idea?
Sir, it might be combination of both quantity and quality.
Exactly. That is the correct answer. That's right. We discussed about hybrid cryptography, combination of symmetric
Combination of
cryptography.
symmetric and
Yeah.
asymmetric. Yes.
In the similar way, same as it is, hybrid means a combination of quantity based and quality based. So that is called hybrid. As per your opinion, which one normally organization is following? Any
Hybrid
idea?
Hybrid only.
Exactly, that's right. So organizations are following combination of both quantity based and quality based. According to these two, they will do the risk assessment. After doing the risk assessment, as per our risk management framework, you can see identify the risk and analyze the risk. These two phases are completed. Okay, so far, what is next phase? Next one is prioritize the risk. So based on the money value, so how can you prioritize? Any idea?
Sir, critical will be coming the first because we'll be losing more amount of we'll be losing more amount. So,
exactly, that's correct. Yeah. So based on the severity of the risk, we have to prioritize the respect to our risk. Okay. So critical is first, obviously, next one is high, next one is a medium, next one is a low, and finally informational. So prioritize the risk, how it is depends on criticality of the risk, respect to risk, based on severity, I can say, not criticality, based on severity of the risk, we will prioritize. So that is prioritizing the risk. After prioritizing the risk, now what we have to do? We have to do treatment plan, risk treatment plan. Risk analysis will be done by our team and the risk treatment. Now we have to sit with the respect to stakeholders. Example, in case in the server side, any risk it is identified, who will fix those issues? Whether the security will fix it or server team will fix it? Server team will fix it. In the similar way, application side, couple of risk it is identified, who will fix it?
Application security team or IT team?
Application development team, not security, application development team. In the similar mobile side, we identified a couple of risk, mobile development team. Product side, we identified a couple of risk in the SDLC life cycle, product development team, and so on. So these risks, we will not fix it as a information security manager or team members. This risk treatment will be fixed by respect to stakeholders. Because we are identifying the risk in the our application side, database side, server level, cloud level, and so on. So we are not the stakeholders to fix all those issues. Whatever stakeholders are existing in our team, those stakeholders has to fix it. So risk will be fixed by respect to stakeholders. So now, what are the different types of risk treatment plan we have? First one is accept the risk. Phases in the risk treatment. If are going and if are explaining about risk to the respect to asset team or database team or application team or cloud team or server team and so on, for everything, they will not do the fixing of the risk. Okay. So they will follow different types of process once again. First one is risk acceptance. What is meant by risk acceptance? What is meant by risk acceptance?
Sir, they will accept the risk, sir. Once it is done, we have to accept.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Calculate accordingly.
Yeah. Our cyber risk team or information security team, we will sit with to them and we will identify the risk. They will accept the risk. After accepting the risk means what? They will fix that particular risk. Who will fix the respect to risk? It is by stakeholder. So that is called risk acceptance. Second one is risk transfer. So risk transfer, we will not accept the risk. We'll transfer this risk to third party. So when you say third party, example, in our organization level, what are services providing by vendors? Example, our vendors services, what are we are using? We will transfer our risk to that particular vendors or third party. When you say third party, example, we are SBI bank. And if you want to purchase any SIM tool, directly we will not go and we will not purchase. In between SBI bank and also vendor of the IBM, we will keep one more as a distributed company or consulting company. We'll give services to those companies. Is it clear or not? I'm repeating once again.
Yes, sir.
Most of the companies straight away, any tool or any services, they will not take it. In between our vendor and also our client, one more broker or I can say distributed company is existing. That distributed company will provide services to us. And client, whenever is losing the services, he'll transfer that risk to distributed company. In the Middle East and other countries, this particular terminology we can call it system integrators. System integrators. Example, for risk transfer side. So maybe HDFC Bank or SBI Bank, they need to implement SOC. They need to implement SOC. For this SOC, directly they can go and they can purchase the tool with IBM Curator by contacting the vendor. Or in the similar way, they can go and they can contact HP company and they will purchase Micro Focus or HP ArcSight. Or maybe Splunk, they can contact, they can purchase it. But they will not do that one. What they will do, so in between HDFC Bank or SBI Bank to the respective vendor, so they'll make one more consulting or service-based company or a distributed company, or this is also called system integrators. So they will purchase the services or implementations or everything from these companies, and vendor is different. These people will act as like a simple words, bridge or gateway or brokers. So here now vendor. Whenever any risk is involved, HDFC Bank or SBI Bank directly they will not contact the vendor. Who they will contact? They will contact our consulting and service-based company as a penalty, or distributed company or system integrators. Hope it clears. Is it clear or not? Okay.
Yes.
So that is called risk. Yeah, that is called risk transfer. If I want to say our regular day-to-day life, why you are taking life insurance, health insurance, and so on? What is the reason? What is the reason?
To be more secure, sir, if any unforeseen conditions happen.
Yeah, that to be more secure, only to be more secure.
I mean, secured means in the way of financial.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, to be more secure, to more protective, or to more protection from the financial point of view. That's right. Whenever any issue will occur. So even whenever we are purchasing a mobile also, even laptop also, even two-wheeler vehicle or four-wheeler vehicle, even for our life also, or health also, we are taking insurance. What is the reason behind this one? As Bindu said, whenever some issue will occur or problems will occur, so our risk we can transfer to third party. So the third party will provide our finance to us. So that is also practical. It is applicable to our life, our health, or maybe everyday, regular, day-to-day basis. That is called risk transfer only. Okay. Third one is risk avoided. So we will accept the risk. Risk avoided meaning here, okay, I can ignore the risk. So that maybe server or a database or application is facing to the internet and sufficient controls are existing. Anything is going to happen, it's fine for me. So maybe our money loss may be low or informational. In that scenario, what we can do, we can avoid the risk. So that is risk avoided. Okay. If sufficient controls are there in the place, and if are feeling that is sufficient, then we can avoid the risk. Okay, that is risk avoided. Last one is risk mitigated. So we will implement compensative controls or defensive controls. Okay. So all these terminology once again from CASSP, compensative controls and defensive controls. Compensative controls means alternative controls are existing or not. Defensive controls means only for monitoring, not for blocking. Can you give example? For only for monitoring, not for blocking?
So
IDS.
NIDS.
Exactly, that's correct. So example is IDS, or maybe example is our SIM tool, also monitoring tool only. So next one is preventive controls. Can you give preventive controls?
IPS.
IPS, EDR,
Yes.
or antivirus, DLP,
Antivirus. Yes.
web application firewall. Okay. So proxy, network IPS, HAPS, all these will fall under protective controls. Okay, protection, blocking as well. So that is called risk mitigated. So in this one, we'll accept the risk and finally we'll implement compensative, defense, or protective controls. Compensative controls, defensive controls, and also protective controls. So these are all the four different types of pages are there. So these are all the four different types of pages as a treatment we can plan in between stakeholders and also our information security team. And finally, so do you think that they'll fix in the immediately? So for this one also, we have to follow one of the process. That process is called as vulnerability management process or vulnerability patch policy or risk management policy. So risk management policy, every company has to define, as I said, as a GRC team, couple of policies they will follow. What are those policies? Can you give one or two or examples? Already we discussed this one also. What are the companies will follow different types of policies or procedures?
For 2007. Sorry. No.
Yeah, ISO 27001. Okay, any other?
20,001 and ISAC.
Not ISAC, ISACA, that one.
ISACA, sorry. ISACA, NIST.
No. That is frameworks policies, I said, but I'm not asking this one. Couple of policies we have to follow and we have to implement in our organization. That is policy point of view. These policies are different. So, example, vulnerability management policy. That is company, business point of view, policies and regulation. These are all security oriented policies and regulations. Vulnerability management policy. What else? Password policy. Next one is, as I said, risk management policies. Third one is sexual harassment policy and procedure. Data Protection Act policies. Legal policies. We have to document all these things. This is one of the role also. Approximate 30 policies we have to define. Okay. So all these 30 policies, our information security manager, last quarter. So last quarter in our Indian financial cycle is Jan to March 31st. So he has to update all those policies up to date, it is existing or not. So he has to verify all those policies on year basis. In case something is missed out, and he has to update that one, and he has to publish to each and every team member of the organization. That is also one of the role basically. So these are a couple of vulnerability, policies. Not only this one, there are so many. Vulnerability management policy, meaning here critical vulnerabilities we have to fix in the 10 business working days. And high issues we have to fix in the 1 month. Medium, low, and informational we have to fix in the 90 days. That is vulnerability management policy. And password policy.
So
We have to use
once again, critical for 10 business days.
Yeah, I given already notes also, part of vulnerability management. Yes. Critical is 10 working days.
Okay.
And high is 1 month.
Okay.
Low, medium, and informational is 90 days.
Okay.
Yeah, password policy, password policy already. Uppercase, lowercase, one of the character, number, and account lockout. Then every 3 months once we have to change it. Okay. So we should not use default password policy. That is will fall under password policy. And minimum character is character length, 8 to 16 characters, and so on. In this similar way, even we have to follow the risk management policy also. That risk management policy, these are all different types of documents or policies defined by IS manager. What is IS manager here?
Information security management.
Right. So we will take care of our risk management policy. So critical, we have to fix in the same 10 working days. But it is not possible, guys. It's not at all possible. Example, you identified one of the SQL injection attack as a vulnerability. Because of that vulnerability, how much risk is involved? So it has dependencies there with our application development team. And maybe on top of the server, they are running this particular, okay, so application. Now dependencies there is server team as well. In this similar way, in the server side, we identified one of the risk. If we're fixing that risk, maybe application compatibility issues and application will not respond properly, or application performance issues will occur. So that is the reason we will define the policy, but unfortunately will not fix it. So right now I'm working on the same things. So in my current organization, we identified approximate 50 to 100 risk. Every day I have to coordinate with all these developers and also respective stakeholders like server team, database team. Next one is the engineering team, when they are going to fix it. We define the respective policy, but that policy is not strict rules and regulations they will follow. But in my previous organization, we were better. Basically, whenever we identified any risk in that particular days, what are we defined based on the policies and criticality, days to fix it. But right now it's not happening. So because it's not from their problem also, they have so much of dependencies with other team members. Okay, so because of that particular reason, they are not able to fix it in the proper time what we have defined. So critical, next one is a high. Same thing, 30 days. And medium. So I can say 90 days. Medium and low under information all. This is applicable to vulnerability management policy also. Same. In my current organization, for critical risks, we are defined the 21 working business days. In my previous organization, 10 working days. It depends on organization to organization. Okay. So that is the risk management policy. How many days we have to fix after speaking with stakeholders. But they will fix in this particular days what we are defining. Is it possible? Is it possible to fix whatever days we are defining?
No.
No, it's not possible. Because of the dependence, because of the compatibility issues, because of the performance related issues and so on. Yes, it is not possible. But we have to follow this process. Okay. So that is about risk management policies. Yeah. So these are all the different types of risk assessment we have to do. So one is identify the risk. Second one is analyze the risk. Third one is prioritize the risk. Next one is treatment plan and monitor the risk. So these are the different types risk management process defined by our institutions or organization. A very, very popular one is NIST. What is the number for NIST risk management framework? We have seen one of the vulnerability also when I think Kishore has come, right? What is the model? I mean, number 800 hyphen. Enter question this one. 800 hyphen. As per NIST guidelines, what is the risk management framework number? 53. 800 hyphen 53. So this one, I think Sai, when logarithm, he brought it and he was explaining. We identified one of the risk management issue also. That is 800-53. Did you remember? AIE 800-53 authentication failure category. Okay, it's okay, no problem. So as per NIST, our risk management framework number we can represent using 800-53. It's an entire question, guys. Yeah, so that is about overall NIST framework for the risk identification, risk analysis, risk prioritization, risk treatment, and risk mitigation. And also we have ISAC also defined, ITIL process also defined by the risk assessment, and IS square also defined. But which one is very popular one? Every organization is using.
NIST.
Exactly, that's right. Okay. NIST framework we are following. So that is about overall risk part. So G and R is over. What is pending one now? G and R is over. What is pending one? Last one.
C, compliance.
Compliance, yes. And also you can see here, as per the yesterday discussion, there are 4 subtopics under the information security. One is GRC, governance, risk and compliances. Second one is implementation of ISO 27001. Third one, risk management. So risk management also completed just now. And C is not completed yet. And ISO 27000 is not completed, BCPDR. Okay. So C we are going to discuss now. Compliance. What is the general meaning of compliance? What is the general meaning of compliance?
Rules or standards that need to be followed.
Exactly, that's right. So it's a rules and regulations or standards. So that is called compliance. So that compliances we have to follow. So example, traffic policies or compliances. Okay. So that is one of the example. In this similar way, organization point of view also, there are a lot of compliances. So these compliances, how we can define based on the business, whatever we are doing. And whenever, if you want to do any compliances, couple of times you'll follow central based rules and regulation or statutory body, or maybe couple of times will follow state level. Example, maybe tomorrow JP Morgan Bank is coming to Hyderabad location and they want to operate their operation in Nanak Ramaguda, Hyderabad. Do you think that directly they will come and they will deploy or construct one of the building in Nanak Ramaguda and they will start the services part? What are the process and rules and regulations they will follow in this scenario? Did you understand what did I say?
Yes, sir. According to the vendor compliances, means according to the where they will give tender or so on, according to the constructing business company compliances, they will follow.
Yeah, that's right. So in this scenario, example, maybe Amazon recently, they deployed data center in the Nanak Ramaguda and they recruited approximately 1 lakh employees. And so Microsoft already announced one of the biggest wall data center we are going to construct in the Mumbai location. And also Google also announced we are going to in the Hyderabad location, one of the biggest data center is coming, the world biggest data center is coming. So in such a whenever they want to make their operations into the respective offsite or some other country, they have to follow state level compliances. Meaning here, as I said, JP Morgan wants to deploy one of their data center and services in the Hyderabad location. Now JP Morgan CTO or CEO has to speak with our Telangana Ministry of Telecommunications and also Education Department. Not telecommunications, sorry. Ministry of IT Technology. Okay, who is our Ministry of IT Technology?
KTR.
Exactly. I'm not bringing any politics here. How the process I'm saying here. Okay, so our KTR. So now JP Morgan CEO or CTO has to come to India and they have to arrange one conference. And we are planning to develop one of the data center in the Hyderabad location. And so our respective Ministry of IT Technology minister and also their CEO, they will sit together and they will discuss about overall, okay, so where to deploy and where to construct the data center. After everything is over, when finally, so if they like, they will say yes to the business. If they don't like, they will say no to business. So that is the way how these companies, they are coming to respect to India or Hyderabad or Bangalore, Chennai, or Kolkata, and so on. Okay. So obviously they will say yes, because we'll get some of the benefits like employment, right? So that is the reason they will say almost always yes. So that is one of the rules and regulation. In this scenario, we no need to respect to companies, no need to contact to the national level or central level policies and compliances. State level is sufficient. So I will give one more example. State level, what is that? Goods and services tax, GST. State level GST is different and central level GST is different, right? So a couple of things is applicable to state and couple of things are applicable to central. Same way, even from business point of view, also compliances related. So couple of things are applicable to state and couple of things are applicable to central. So those rules and regulations and standards we are following on the statutory body and state level and central level. So that particular compliance, what we are following, it is called as compliance. Okay, that is the definition. Following the rules and regulations or standards based on state or central or statutory body policies defined. Okay, so that is called compliance. Now there are different types of compliances we have to follow from business point of view. Those business compliances are if you don't follow, what will happen, by the way? Yesterday also we discussed. If you don't follow, what will happen?
we don't get the business.
Projects.
Exactly. We will not get the projects or business. That's right. So example, our Bachelor of Degree is a common thing. 10 plus 2 plus 3 is a count for any job vacancy. It's a must, right? Same way, if you don't have that certification, how is our personal Bachelor of Degree certification is mandatory for the job vacancy? In this similar way, this particular compliance certification is mandatory for to get the business or to get the projects. So couple of business compliances are ISO 27001. Second one is PCI DSS. Third one is HIPAA. Fourth one is SOX. Fifth one is GDPR. Next one is ISO 14001, ISO 9001, CIS, SABSA, TOGAF, OASP Top 10, SOC 1, SOC 2, next one is FedRAMP. Next one, what else? SABSA, NST, SOX, PCIDSS, GLBC. Yeah, PIPS of 140-2. Yeah, so these are all the couple of compliances we are going to discuss. Okay, ISO 27001, PCI DSS, HIPAA, SOX, GDPR, ISO 14001, ISO 9001, CS, benchmark, SABSA, TOGAF, WASP Top 10, SOC 1, SOC 2, FedRAMP, GLBC, FIPS 140-2, and so on. So even NAST and ITIL also. After this one, whenever you are going for any GRC vacancy, must questions they will ask from ISO 27001. You must be aware of what is ISO 27001. This is one of the very favorite compliances. Second one, PCI DSS. So PCI DSS also you should be aware of. This is also one of the very, very important one. HIPAA, it's dedicatedly applicable to health insurance part, like a hospitals or pharma companies or product development companies have the respective healthcare industry. Next one, SOX. Financial transactions when you are doing, you are following SOX compliances. Next one, GDPR, obviously, it's one of the very famous complaints. It's related to PII data. ISO 14001 is for the environmental science. Our company has to follow even environment protection also. Okay, so that is ISO 14001. ISO 9001, it's a quality management system. And CAS, it's for hardening benchmark policies we have to implement. And SABSA, it's for security architecture. TOGAF, it's for security architecture. WASP Top 10, it's for the application security WASP Top 10 attacks. We have to implement all those policies to prevent layer 7 attacks of the OSI. SOC 1, SOC 2, whenever if you want to migrate any applications in the cloud, we have to implement SOC 1, SOC 2. FedRAMP, this is also applicable to, once again, in the US government side, whenever they want to host their applications in the cloud services providers, they have to implement FedRAMP. And GLBC, it's one of the risk side. And PIPS 140-2 is for cryptographic control side. And NAST is for risk management framework and also instant lifecycle management framework side. ITL, change management, instant lifecycle management, problem statement, and solution statement. So these are all the couple of famous compliances we have. You should not be expert whenever, if you want to apply any for vacancy, whatever business they are doing, they will ask all those compliances. That's it. But I will teach everything, don't worry. I will teach all these compliances So, but you should be aware of ISO 27 must one. So remaining is a not a mandatory, you should be aware of. Okay. That is for GRC vacancy basically. Any doubt in these compliances?
No,
Any
sir.
yeah. Now what we can do, we can start and explore each and every complaints in-depth analysis. Okay. First one, ISO 27001. ISO 27001 is a compulsory and mandatory complaints we have to implement for each and every organization. Without ISO 27001, we can't do any business. We can't get any projects. So it's a must. Okay. So provided by the each and every organization. And what exactly ISO 27000 will explain about or will explore about implementation of information security of the organization. Under this one, we have 18 clauses. These 18 clauses are divided into 114 compliances. So total how many compliances are there under the ISO 27001? How many compliances? Entire question.
114. 114.
Yeah, 18 clauses. 18 clauses are divided into 114. So this one basically, these clauses and compliances, statutory body, state and central level, all these things based on the constitutions. They define constitution terminology. Okay, what a Supreme Court and High Court they will follow, their terminology they define basically clauses and compliances and articles and so on. It's a constitutions based. Okay, so 18 clauses. First 4 clauses are leadership, planning, objectives, goals. All those 4 will fall under first 4 clauses. Remaining 14 clauses will fall under 114 compliances. 1 to 4 clauses will represent leadership, senior management, planning of the how to implement information security, and policies. So that is about 1 to 4 clauses. Remaining, so what is clause number now? 1 to 4 is over. Next one.
5th clause.
Yeah, 5th clause. Clause 5th to clause 18. 114 complaints are defined. Whenever if you are going for internal audit also, for first 4 clauses, we will not ask anything. These clauses will be explained by our senior management or board of directors. It's a business oriented. For internal audit and also external audit also. Senior directors or board of directors. They will speak about all these four clauses. Next 14 clauses is defined for each and every stakeholder. Those stakeholders are HR team, legal team, operational team like a SOC, SDLC application development team, and the network and communication team. So network admin team and so on. Okay. So that is next 5 to 18 clauses. These 5 to 18 clauses are divided into 114 compliances. Now go back to our folder. And yesterday I'm showing ISO 27 on checklist. You are able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, from 5.1 onwards, our main clauses will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. 6th one is information security and assessment. 7th one is support. 8th one is operations, information security risk assessment. In such a way, we have overall 114 compliances. Then what is our role in this particular ISO 27001? Any guesses? What is our role?
Sir, we have to see whether the related to information security, all the compliances are being followed or not.
Yes.
Sixth one.
So our role is just, our role is just simple. We have to coordinate all the stakeholders and we have to gather evidences for every complaints. We have to coordinate with the HR team. We have to coordinate with the legal team. We have to coordinate with the application development part of SDLC. We have to coordinate with our SOC operations team. We have to coordinate with the legal, next one is network team and so on. So these teams we have to coordinate and we have to ask all these questions now. So whatever you can see, row number B, row number D, sorry, D. Row number D is like a question. We have to ask the question to the respective stakeholder of the organization and they are following complaint or not. So they have to follow. So if they are following, what is the evidence? For example, HR also compliances. What they are following for HR oriented compliances? Screening of the resume shortlisting and making a non-disclosure agreement in the offer letter and making a offer letter, termination procedure. All these will fall under HR policies. Exactly what they are following for the HR side. Are they following any portal whenever any candidate is onboarding? Because PI data existing, right? Our mark sheet, our experience letter, our relieving letters, our salary slips, and our Aadhaar card, our PAN card, our passport, all these documents are confidential, where they are storing all this data. And in case any employee is he has done the resignation, what the process they are following? So whether they are giving the experience letter for 1 month, after 2 months, or after 45 days, after 90 days, and how they will share that particular experience letter, and what the relieving letter process, and so on. All those will fall under in this ISO 27001 114 compliances. One of the example I given HR in the similar way. So we have to coordinate with other teams also, and we have to gather all these from security point of view evidences. What the process and procedures and controls or compliances they implemented. For all these compliances, we have to gather evidence. That is our job. That is the roles and responsibilities. Okay. In the roles and responsibilities also, you have to explain. As a GRC consultant or as an information security consultant or as an internal auditor, I will coordinate with the different stakeholders in the organization based on the compliances that may belongs to ISO 27001 or HIPAA or PCI DSS. Regularly, I will keep in touch with the stakeholders and I will explain about the compliances, and also I will gather the evidences and after completing all this gathering the evidences, I will schedule the internal audit with all the stakeholders. If internal audit is completed successfully, then we can call external auditor, that may be KPMG or Deloitte or maybe NCC Corporation or PwC or Ernst & Young. Then we can do external certification with these third-party external auditors. That is our roles and responsibilities. Is it clear?
Yes,
It's
sir.
clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is basically our auditor role or GRC role. So most of the cases, our GRC role is completely belongs to coordination, collaboration, evidences gathering, PowerPoint presentation, and verbal communication and written communication. If these things you are expert, then ISO 20, internal or information security audit tool is very, very simple. There is no technical terminology, it's not required. Even for cracking of the ISO, auditor role, you should be like basics only. What is firewall? What is SOC? What is compensative control? What is defensive control? What is ADR? You know need to be like one of the server got compromised by malware. How can you do investigation? One of the system is got compromised ransomware. How can you do investigation? They will not ask all these questions. They'll ask what is what. That's it. Like a definitions. First cyber, I give in 1, 2, 3, 4 definitions in the YouTube channel, right? That is sufficient. And additionally, you should be aware of all these compliances in-depth analysis. Then you can go and you can apply even information security vacancies also as an auditor or GRC consultant. Approximately 10 members are selected for dedicated to GRC consultant. I mean, my students. Okay. And this particular job vacancy is from 9 to 6 job only. That is the reason most of the girls will prefer, okay, information security vacancies because there is no night shift or it is not rotational shift. Is it clear? So in the evening class, I did not complete yet ISO 27001. So in the evening class, once again, we will start with ISO 27001. Then we can discuss about in-depth analysis. What is internal audit? What is external audit? And what is the process? So in-depth analysis. Is that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So just we discussed only one thing today. That is risk management. That's all. And after that, we discussed about, we started compliances. So these compliances will take another 2 classes. So today evening also, I will take the class around 8 p.m. So using Zoom link once again, I will share the Zoom link. So that's all from today, guys. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, guys, then. Thank you so very much and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.